Hello, here's another video. Today's theme is recovery and what things I feel work and what hasn't been working. Um, and so I'm an addict in recovery right now, and I was addicted to meth, coke, and heroin. I used to do a lot of speedballing. The most dangerous probably thing you could do, mixing drugs together. But anyways, not enough about that. Um, what I found in recovery is self-recovery is the best, or self-help groups. Um, and there's a really awesome channel. I don't like dropping names or anything like that, but this is a great channel for everybody that is addicted to drugs or family members dealing with addicts, and wanting to um, regain that person in their life or them persons. For drug addict in recovery, they want to have their family back and reintegrate back into their family. Maybe they have a kid, they want to raise a wife they want to take care of, or all the above. What channel I found was the best for that was Put the Shovel Down by Amber Hollingsworth. I hope I said that name correctly, but Put the Shovel Down is the name of the channel. It is geared towards helping family members that have other members that are addicted to drugs, how to bring them into recovery, and also the addict part too. So it works on two fronts, and I think that's important. One of the things that I say a lot is when I got out of jail, I had a jacket that's had plenty of patches like liar, thief, addict. So I had to get out and earn some trust back, and I still haven't earned it all back. But and when I say things, my family members look at me like this. They don't know what to believe sometimes, and I have to understand and where they're coming from. So, and that's a great channel to go to because it helps them deal with us better, and it helps us deal with them better. She's a trained counselor, and she's got a degree in it. She has her own practice, and out of the greatness of her heart, she does YouTube videos that are free of charge and doesn't cost anything. She also does an email thing where she helps you do 30 to 40 days clean. She puts out these videos regularly, so I think that's one of the best things that have kept me clean. I still am a chronic relapser. I've relapsed about probably 6 times in the last 16 to 17 months. It's important to recognize recovery. Relapse is a part of recovery. It doesn't always have to be that way. I'm not enabling anybody or saying that it's the right thing. What I'm saying is it's a process, and it's trial by error, trial and error. You know, learning from all the years and trying not to make them again. And that leads me to the next point. In my opinion, and I'm not registered or I don't have any degrees in this, I'm not a trained counselor, I don't have my own practice. What I do have is over 20 years of addiction, and recovery is about that much of it. And so, in my opinion, drug counseling is to get you clean. AA is to keep you clean. A lot of people get tripped up by the God thing, and I tell people don't get tripped up by that. Your higher power could be the light bulb on the ceiling, or the chair across the room, or the basic text, or the big book. Your sponsor could be your higher power. I'm a Christian, so I believe in God, so that was never an issue for me. But a lot of people have that issue. I think it's just important to put that aside and put your recovery first. And there's a lot of people in NA and AA with 20 and 30 years clean. Them are the people you really want to talk to because they've been doing something right for the last 20 or 30 years, where some of us haven't been. And me for one. So sometimes I get in denial too, and what that stands for is don't even know I'm lying, and that can happen to the best of us. So it's important. Um, Also, I'd like to real quickly thank everybody that comes to my channel, watches my videos, subscribes to my channel, comments on them. I'm very sorry I hadn't been able to get back to people in so long. I've been through a lot of stress lately, frustration at the things that happen in my own life, in my own recovery. This process isn't easy for anybody. It isn't easy for me. It isn't easy for my family and friends. A lot of them watched me decline through the years, and it wasn't fun for them. My major goal in life is never to make them see that happen again, and to become a better father. And you know, because I can't really tell my kid it's bad to do drugs and then go in the corner and shoot a bag of heroin, because that do as I say, not as I do thing, that doesn't work at all. People learn from kids learn from their parents. So you can't in one breath say this is wrong and do it in the next moment and show them that okay, they're thinking, all right, well, if it's so bad, then why are you doing it? And it looks fun to them, and that's how I became an addict, because of seeing other people having fun and not realizing what pain they were going through the whole time. It looks fun, but when you get into recovery or into major addiction, it's no longer about fun and partying, and it's about maintaining and trying to keep what little bit of sanity you might have left, and watch that even slip away. So I like to advocate for people the best I can, especially for parolees and incarcerated individuals. I recognize the fact that once you take care of somebody's addiction and their mental illness, that everything else falls into place and they don't no longer commit crime. They become active members of society, or productive members of our communities all over New York. This is an issue that I talk about on my other videos, so if you want to check those out, I appreciate it. Also, again, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, my viewers. If you're first time, please subscribe. You'll get all my notifications when my new videos come out. I'm going to try to make one at least once a week if I can. It's not always easy. Like I said, I go through a lot of crap in my life, especially because I'm on parole, and I have to be in counseling 5 days a week. And that's why I can tell you that counseling really gets a person clean. It gets them to sobriety, but that's it. So the next step after that would be self-help groups. And like I said, there's plenty of places you can go on the internet, YouTube. Two of my favorite apps are AA2Go speakers and NA2Go speakers. Them are two apps that you can listen to people all over the world talk about how they got clean, what their addiction was, and what it meant to them. You could even listen to the creators of AA talk back in the 1950s. It's so funny because you can hear the scratching like a record player, like they're recording on a record. And then you could listen to the creators of NA, and these are all the way from the 1940s on to now. They're still making them. And I listen to people from Europe, all over the States, and it's very helpful. They got content that help you with the big book and the basic text. Them are two very important books. For one, it lets us know that we're not alone in this addiction, that there's other people that have these problems too. So go check those out. Them are very good apps to have. I'm not working for any of those. I'm not here advertising for Narcotics and Alcohol Anonymous. Them groups do not advertise at all. They are self-sufficient groups. So, but in my opinion, that's the way to go. Also, Put the Shovel Down. That's an awesome, very great channel. If you get there, please subscribe to her. comment, she gets right back to you. Um, and it is awesome. She puts out great videos about recovery and how to get there. Um, you also can share it with your family. They can better know how to treat your addiction and you. Um, and it really is great. So check that out. I'm not here to advertise for that either. I just am telling you what works for me and what has, in the majority of the time, the last 16 months that I've been out, has kept me clean for the most part. I had a trip up with some of that crap they're smoking at the K2. I don't think it's K2, it's just some kind of spice or some shit. It's sprayed with all kinds of chemicals and it made me sick. Right now I'm doing something else. I don't suggest it to everybody because it doesn't work for everybody. I have noticed that I was able to eat and be less stressed out when I used THC, which is a marijuana, which just became legal in New York State. The reason why I'm saying I don't recommend that to everybody because it's a very slippery slope. And not everybody is the same. So some people will smoke a joint and feel okay, and that helps their addiction. And other people, it creates a lot of headaches and problems for them because they find that that's not enough and they need to go up higher to their drug of choice. And it can cause people to slide into a fatal overdose of their favorite drug of choice. So I'm not advertising that as a thing to work. I'm just telling you what works for me, and that has worked for me. So I appreciate you coming to my channel. Please subscribe. Please leave your questions and comments below. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. If you do friend request me on Facebook, be sure to message me and say, hey, I've seen you on YouTube. I don't accept a lot of friend requests. And here's why. I don't want to deal with people that are still actively using and don't want good in their life, that just want to, bring me back to the same place I was. So avoiding the people, places, and things, that's a common thing. I'm so sick and tired of even hearing that, but in a sense that really is what it is. If you sit in a barber shop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. So it's really important to get rid of that. A lot of things you'll realize is the only thing you had in common with most of them people is you got high together. And once you get sober, you'll realize that you don't even want to be around those people anymore because you don't have nothing in common anymore. So that's another slippery slope too, hanging out with people still in active use, because our five senses are real. I mean, even though they may not say they're using, you can see it in their eyes, you can see it in their activities, you can see it all over them. And that creates a lot of cravings for others. Even me, I can't be around it. Somebody came in here right now and laid down drugs on my table, I'd have a really hard time saying no. So that's another thing you have to watch out for. Getting rid of poisonous people, even if they're your loved ones, sometimes they gotta go for a period of time. And just if you walk down the street where you know your dealer's at, he's going to jump out at you and say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And it's going to trip you up too. And, if you have drug paraphernalia around, laying around the house, needles and pipes and, you're going to find them and you're going to get that craving. What I found is if I don't keep hypodermic needles around, I don't even want to use, because that's my main motive of using was through a needle, and I didn't like to use any other way, so I got rid of those. I got rid of all the cookers, the everything, just so I couldn't even come across it, and that's really important for recovery. Not having things that will remind you of your addiction. Also, I'm learning to play the guitar. I'm really crappy at it, but I love playing it. I'm not doing it for a career. I'm doing it for the therapeutic value of getting my mind out of my mind. Because one that has been stuck in this head too long will kind of fall back into bad patterns, because you can catastrophize, you can really think about things way too much, and recovery is pretty straightforward. Use no matter what. Don't use no matter what. And I'm not saying this because I hate just say no. I really think I'm very surprised there wasn't an outcry when that Nancy Reagan said that. Just say no. She probably didn't know better, but I'm glad I'm past that era. I was born in those years, so that doesn't work. Just say no. That's just the craziest thing I ever thought somebody could say. It's like, oh wow, I never thought of just saying no. I don't have an addiction anymore. I just say no. So that's not a really good thing to say, even say to an addict. Just say no. It's better to give them other opportunities to stay away from the drugs. But I'm going to wrap this up. I really appreciate your time, and I love that you guys come to my channel. I'm really sorry I haven't responded back to you, so I will be more attentive in that area. I really love hearing from you. Maybe I'm going to do a Q&A sometime. That would be pretty fun. A lot of people have questions, and I'd love to answer them. Tell you how I got where I am. And I'm full disclosure, I don't have any problems with answering anything and talking about everything. I think it's important to advocate for each other, especially in times of need. It's just important to become closer. The more we work together, the faster things get done. The easier they are to get done. I've been fortunate enough to have great family members and great friends that have supported me the whole way since I got out of prison. Not everybody has that, and they should, because I owe them a lot, because they've helped me through the recovery process, and their understanding. So when you have a place where you can go and talk to somebody and not be judged, or it's better. And just before I end this, I just like to say I'm a advocate for criminal justice reform. I really enjoy that area of advocacy, and I look forward to doing it more often. I also would like to advocate more for addicts in recovery, and anybody in recovery. But thanks for the view, and have a nice day.